What's up, guys? MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about Zenless Zone Zero. Yes, Zenless Zone Zero news once again here on this channel, and every time you hear anything related to the Hoyoverse on this channel, it's always something that's never good. Is because for some strange reason the Hoyoverse communities is just filled with a bunch of sensitive ass people, and it's just funny to be able to just look at it and see what the fuss is all about, and then make some content about it going down when it comes to Genshin Impact or Zenless Zone Zero or anything Hoyoverse related. So what's going on right now? Well, apparently in Zenless Zone Zero there was a female character that pretty much people associate this character with the LGBTQ. Many people within this certain sector of the community believe that this character was actually a lesbian. Well, apparently there was a new trailer that dropped about a week ago where they give you a bit more of this character's personality, and apparently that this character is actually attracted to a male character. And the fact is that the character is attracted to a male character, it pretty much shattered their whole headcanon when it comes to this character being LGBTQ icon within their headcanon. So these people are reading the screen, and it's always funny to see how these people really get wrapped up in identity and everything. So before we even dive into this video, make sure to subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive right into this article from Bounding Into Comics. So apparently Western Zenless Zone Zero fans lose their minds after Hoyoverse debunks lesbian Caesar King headcanon. So, hot off the heels, the same demographic latest failed Genshin Impact boycott. If you haven't checked out that video, we talked about the boycott. Everybody wanted to get together to do this boycott for Genshin Impact because of the lack of representation of people of color, and that pretty much failed. Especially, how can you boycott a game and you still play the game? And the only way to get back at them is to not spend any money on it, but still play the game for free. Any free type of promotion, especially still making content about it, is helping the game make money. Like these, you can't take these people serious. They're not 100%, against whatever Hoyoverse is doing, because they still want to play their game. But I'm going on a tangent here. It says Western fans are having a social media meltdown after Hoyoverse confirmed Zenless Zone Zero character Caesar King acts straight, as she should be. The latest free-to-play title from China-based developer Mihoho, Zenless Zone Zero puts players in the shoes of one or two protagonists, either the male or female character Belle, and tasks them with traveling to different dimensions known as hollows to eliminate the monstrous, world-threatening ethereals that reside within them. Game, rather than risking life and limb all alone, players who set up the plate will find themselves teaming up with various party members recruited from across several different in-game factions. Now, Caesar King, as you see right here, this is the character right here, and for some strange reason, I don't get lesbian vibe from this character at all. She's actually a badass. I love the character designs. You know me. If you are new, I'm a comic book writer. And also I have an artist who helped me design my characters. So I'm all into character designs, and this is a hell of a design. She not only look fierce with the badass skull, with the pig icon on the shield with the spikes and everything. She got a badass sword. She has nice curves, and of course the bust is there, and her face just oozes of confidence and just badassery. And I just love everything. And I'm a leggings guy too, so she got the leggings and everything too as well. So yes, I don't see lesbian. I don't even get the vibe from it at all. So what such party member is Caesar King, the strong green-haired leader of the Outer Ring based biker gang, the Sons of Clayton. Kind of like Sons of Anarchy, their American TV show that was about a biker gang, and this is pretty much almost like a play on that, the Sons of Clayton. And it's thanks to her position as simple as a solid and straightforward head of said gang that many Western fans, ironically enough relying on the same gender and sexual stereotypes they claim to decry, have come to believe that Caesar has to be a stoic butch lesbian. And that's the thing that also cracks me up about this whole thing. Where, when it comes to the patriarchy, when it comes to stereotypes and all these other things, especially this hard-on they have against men, but at the same time, they want their female characters to have resemblance or traits of everything that is defined as masculine. You know what I'm saying? And that just boggles my mind. But after that, despite there's fervent headcanon. And September 25th, MiHoYo released a new music video to the official Zenless Zone Zero YouTube channel and brought their world crashing down. Accompanied by the love song written and performed by Chili Chill, the video shows off Caesar's romantic feminine side by depicting her as a heroine of a romance manga who eventually falls in love not with a woman but rather than a male character wise. And this is why I love these particular type of female characters where they look hard and stoic from the outside, but the best thing about them is where they allow their feminine side seep through. They allow it to come through. And I guess that's just me. I love the challenge when a female try to act tough, but deep down inside, underneath all that layer is a very beautiful, or is a very, very, very feminine, sensitive woman underneath there. And when she opens up to you or whatever like that, you feel like, oh man, like she trusts me that much. She's that comfortable enough around me where she can let her guard down and actually allow her real self to come out. So to see something like that, where you see a character such as Caesar King herself, you see the badassery from this character, and she looks really, really tough, and she can stand her own. But the moment that she sees a guy who she's attracted to or whatever like that, that's when that feminine, that's when that crack, that hard edge that she's using as a mask to cover up, who she is, it begins to crack. And I love those type of female characters as well. While a majority of fans were excited to discover Caesar's romantic girly side, as well as witness the birth of a new ship, Western critics were losing their minds over what they perceived as a HoYoverse reducing their tough butch lesbian queen to a straight waifu. And here's a quote: "The last 10 seconds of the trailer was unnecessary and really reducing how powerful of a character Caesar could be, but instead by reducing her to a waifu, like, come on." How does this is another thing that cracks me up. How did they take away from her being a badass? Her showing her feminine side, her biological side of her, being attracted to the opposite sex, being attracted to a male. How did it reduces her as a character? How? She's still a badass. She's still a leader, of this biker gang. Nothing changed about her. Now you just see that she has a feminine side to her, which is nothing wrong with that. It's like these people just want her to just be a stereotype, which is a lesbian butch that acts like a man, and which people, like I said, these type of people always have something against, the masculine, masculinity, has something against the male gender, but yet they want to have their characters, their female characters, have all traits of masculinity. It just doesn't make sense. And then somebody else quote, she straight ew. See, and this is what happened. And the reason why these people had these meltdowns, this is what happened when you make your gender, your identity, everything about you, your whole existence is your gender. Because when something like this happens, the meltdowns, the reeing and screaming, I love it. I just love it. It's just immaculate, just seeing just the total meltdowns. But this is what happens when you have nothing else going on for your life. You're not an interesting person. No one gives a shit about you in your life. You're a social reject. You have nothing going on for yourself. So the only thing you have to cling on to is your identity, because you can flash your identity around, since we live in a more social and cultural sensitive society right now, where it's considered brave, it's considered interesting to identify anything other than what you were naturally born. So since a lot of these people aren't interested in real life, they cling onto their identity, and then the moment something that doesn't align with their identity, or things that they try to put their identity onto, which is like our favorite characters and everything in our video games and in our movies, anytime anything goes against that, that's an attack on their identity. This is what's going on right now. Another one, I quote from Ray, "Homoverse, please, this isn't you, delete." And then we have another person from Sandor the Puppy, "Way to ruining the character. Strong badass woman scared some types of men, and HoYo needs their money too. That's why this video exists. And I know some women will be disappointed at this too. How is it ruining the character? She's still strong and badass. I don't understand that at all. And these are the people right here. These people have nothing going on in their life, and all they have is their identity. And their identity, they feel as though that their identity is being under attack because they have nothing else going for themselves. Here's another one from Inago. This trailer may be the final straw with Zenless Zone Zero after Jane/Sif debacle, said the unhappy fan. I'm going to state this. I'm not here to argue with anyone. If you like the straight cell pandering, straight cell, you mean normal. Yeah, this is what it is. It's funny how they just keep putting like labels on everything. These people always put labels on everything. People like what happens in society to where we didn't want it to be labeled, we didn't want it to be put in boxes, we didn't want to be put in categories, but now we're in a society where everybody wants to be put in a category. We're putting labels on everything. Straight cell. What is this? There's no such thing as straight cell. No, it's just people being normal. People being attracted to the opposite sex. That's normal. That is fucking normal. Why are they putting normal things and then giving it its own category? This just doesn't make sense. So it says I didn't, and that's okay. We are allowed to have different opinion, but also keys. Yes. So this is not the final straw. Jane and Seth debacle is not going to. It didn't hurt Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero was successful. Genshin Impact is still successful. So no matter what their opinions are when it comes to this game and how they feel about it, this is not going to hurt them. And most of the player base comes from the East. If the West decided to dip out now, they wouldn't give a flying fuck. That article right there, it just boggles my mind how these people get so much in a frenzy, so much in a fritz when their headcanon it gets destroyed. And this is the part, this is why I don't really associate myself with communities, especially more today than ever before, because you always have these pocket communities, you always have this sector of the community who's just unhinged. And this is what happens when you have your identity and everything is wrapped in your race, everything is wrapped in your gender, or everything is wrapped into your religion and everything, where you have no personality. Everything revolves around this one thing. And this is why these people always lose their shit, because they have nothing else going for them. And it's good to see, because first of all, Hoyoverse is a Chinese company anyway, so they don't give a shit about any of this nonsense with, you know, gender and all, and the LGBTQ anyway, or whatever. They're going to continue to make the game that they create. But the funny part about all of this is that even after all this bitching and complaining, they're still playing the game. Why are they still playing the game? They're still playing the game because it's actually a fun game. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. And this is why I keep stressing out to you guys here on this channel. Even when there is wokeness in particular titles or whatever like that, or in your media, if the game is actually good and the game actually gives you the experience that you want, all that other stuff ends up being null and void at this point, because it's offering you the experience that you have been looking for. Especially when it comes to the whole Silent Hill 2 remake, where it's doing exceptionally well, which we'll talk about in a later video. But it's the same thing that goes for these wokies and these type of people, that no matter how much they keep crying and complaining about it queer baiting or not pandering to their needs and what they want from their characters in the gaming in these games, they can't deny the fact is that the game is fun and addictive. So while they're bitching and complaining, they're going to still continue to play the game. That's what they're going to do. So I hope both sides understand that lesson on both sides of the spectrum, the anti-woke side and the woke side. No matter how much you harp and you feel some type of way about certain things and how certain games are handled as far as politics or social politics are concerned, if the game happens to be a hit or the game happens to actually be a good game, then all that other stuff really doesn't matter, because it still offered the experience that gamers just know and love. So that pretty much wraps up this video. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.